Levi from InterNACHI Marketing. Today I wanted to quickly walk through some of the differences between raster and vector logo files. So a file ending in .png or .jpeg is a raster file built with small squares of color. So you can see when I zoomed in on Home Inspection Hero up here that the edge starts to get kind of raw and serrated, and that's because it's made up out of pixels. If you zoom in even further on this blue line, you can see that this blue color is made up of a whole bunch of different variations of blue. And with effects like the fade in Hero here, it's a bunch of individual pixels stacked to fade in and out of this lighter color that gives you that effect. So an example of this file format and how it would be named would be Home Inspection Hero.jpg or .png. Scaling raster files causes distortion. The more you resize, the worse the distortion. So for something like print marketing, if you're scaling down for a business card or even for something like the top of a website, or if you're scaling up for a yard sign or scaling up for like a truck graphic, the image doesn't work. It starts to fall apart. So it's important that you have a vector file. A vector file is created with defined points instead of pixels. You can see sort of the dots here, and that the lines stay crisp, and they stay crisp no matter how small or large the image gets. A properly designed logo file needs to be in a vector file because you're going to have to scale it up and scale it down all of the time. Generated images are raster files, which are composed from fragments of pre-existing, possibly copyrighted, and often busy work. Also, generated art, if a human didn't make your logo, you can't copyright the logo. For example, over here, an inspector I was working with used a generator to create a logo, and I realized that logo looks kind of familiar, and I went through our files and I found this logo. These are so close together that it could potentially lead to legal issues. And even if they don't, if you happen to be the guy down the street, it's not a great way to start a relationship by copying the logo of the person down the street. So you want to be careful with this stuff. It's great for reference and can be helpful to communicate sort of the look you're going for with something, but it's not good for like a final logo solution. If you need any help or you have any questions about your logo and how it's working and things you could change or adjust to make it work better, you can always get a hold of us at marketing.nachi.org. Thanks for your time.